Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my new video. And today we're gonna recap all my autumn palettes. In the beginning of autumn, I filmed my kind of like top 10 autumnal eyeshadow palettes and I ranked them as well. So if you want to see that, I will link it down below and I will put it in the little card up here. But today I kind of want to share with you how much I've used them, if I even use them, what I think about them, because it's kind of like also kind of like a longer term review as well, and I will share with you how much I use them in total and all these types of things. So hopefully you will enjoy this video. Hopefully it will give you some kind of insight into how I use my palettes and what that has been like for me in the past 3 months. I've been reviewing a lot. I've had so many new products coming to me in autumn. I've been just kind of, you know, really enjoying the new releases. So I haven't had that much time to use my palettes, but I feel like I still got to a really nice number. So let's just go kind of like in no particular order. I just kind of stack them from the smallest to the largest. So this is not gonna be in the original ranking that I've put that before, but you can watch that video if you want to. And if you're interested in what I'm wearing today, I'm currently testing out the Divination palette by Ben Bunny. I think the review of this palette is coming after this video, but also it could be before. So if it's not already on my channel, it's gonna be soon. In case you're new here, it would definitely be nice to subscribe, especially if you want to see that review and be notified of that. And if you want to know a little bit about me, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows. Autumn is my favorite season. Like, I love everything autumnal. I love Halloween as well, so there's gonna be some kind of like Halloween-y palettes as well, but I've tried to keep it more autumnal. And I have a separate video about my Halloween palette and the recap of them as well. So if you want to see that, it's also gonna be linked down below and in the little card. But today we're just gonna look at the autumnal palettes. So the first one, I have the Shelby Makeup Wolfa palette. It's a small 5-pan, is it 5-pan? Yes, it's a 5-pan palette. It's so pretty, like I love these shades. I feel like they did a really good job at creating a really small and super optimal palette that is very user-friendly, but you can do quite a bit with it. So the Wolfa palette, we started at 6 uses and now we're at 12 uses, so I've been able to use it 6 times in the past 3 months. And I've used this so many times in my build your own palette videos, especially the red and the deep brown. So I feel like I've gotten a lot of uses that way, and I don't know, like I'm just really happy about that because I have so many autumnal palettes. Like these are my top 10, but obviously I have a lot more because it's just, I don't know, it's my favorite color story, so why not? And therefore it's just really hard for me to get a lot of uses in my autumnal palettes because the more of them you have, the kind of the less amount of use you're gonna have, because I try to really rotate my collection. I try to use everything. If I feel like I haven't used something for a while and I don't feel like using it anytime soon, I just declutter it. Like I don't want to keep palettes that have no use for me. And yeah, sometimes I do regret that a little bit later, but I always have the pictures and I can kind of recreate that with my singles. It's not that much of a problem. But yeah, this one was 6 times. Very happy about that because I didn't actually, I don't know, like I never really trust myself with these small ones. I never really know if I'm gonna actually use them. I always buy them kind of thinking like they'd be so nice for traveling, but I never really travel. And if I do, I don't care if I, like, it's not that much harder to bring a normal sized palette. I don't think so. And I always have like 3 or 4 of them anyways. So yeah, that idea never really works for me. Anyways, next up we have the fire palette. This is the Little Cosmetics Avatar The Last Airbender collection. I have all four of them, but the fire one feels the most autumn, so I decided to put it there. And also it was because I had only one use in this palette before putting her in this collection, and right now I have 6 use in this one, so I've used it 5 times, which is really nice because this palette, like, it is so pretty and it is so autumnal, but I don't really use browns all that often, and the red shades like this one called Acne Kai, it's a bit too red for me, so I have to kind of use it with like yellows or something to make it more me, to make it work for me. But the shimmers here are stunning. I love these shimmers. They're like, if I will wear red shimmers, they need to be super sparkly and super, just kind of really, I don't know, like, they have to have something, because if they're just like plain red, I don't really like how that looks on me. But yeah, this one 5 times, so pretty, so extremely pretty. I just love these shades, and I love the formula. I love the way that the shades from Little just feel on my eyes. They're amazing and wonderful, and I love the packaging and what they did with it. I think it is such a well executed collab, or like collab licensed collection, right? Then I have the Shroud Cosmetics Hollow Bean palette. This one was made in collaboration with Betty Bean, and I mainly use this one because I really love the packaging. I think I'm gonna keep it just for the packaging, but I do love some of the shades, especially the green ones. Like the 3 greens are just perfect. I've swapped 2 shades, so this one and this one, they're actually singles or like depotted shades from my Alter Ego palette by Glam Shop, to just make it a little bit more me, I guess. I wasn't the happiest with the previous color store. Like, I've liked this palette when I bought it for the first couple of weeks, or like 2 months, 3 months, but then I kind of realized that it's not perfect for me, and I feel like now it's a lot better. But I still only used this one 2 times. We went from 19 uses to 21 uses. I've had this one since last spring, I believe, or was it? No, I think it was last spring, or like last February or something. I think this one for me will be more just like a palette of singles that I will use for my build your own palettes. I don't know if I'm really gonna use it for the color story. I don't know. I have to really think about this one. Like, it's pretty. Like, I really, really like this. It's just not the easiest to use it for me. Then I have the Unearthly Fall Magic palette. This one is just like the quintessential autumnal palette, and I haven't really used her all that much. Like, I don't know why, but lately I haven't really been using my Unearthly palettes all that much, and that's just so annoying to me because I love Unearthly's formula. The mattes are just so easy to use. They're just so nice. They're very blendable. They're very just kind of quick to use. You know, like when you're on a run, I definitely recommend Unearthly. And the shimmers are so pretty. They last all day, and there's just something so magical about them. But for some reason, I haven't used this palette that much, and like, genuinely, the shimmers here and the matte are perfect. I don't know, like, just I've been kind of swamped lately. But this one, we went from 13 uses to 15 uses, so only 2 times, unfortunately. But she's beautiful. She's perfect. She's really stunning, and I have to kind of make some effort and use her more. And I hope once I'll finish the 2 Project Pan palettes from Odense, I like the big Christmas palettes, I will have genuinely more time to like really dig into my collection, because lately I've been just even when I wasn't using them all that much, like I still have been trying to use them, and I've been constantly thinking about them to like use them up this year, and that has been kind of I don't know, I feel like it has been kind of a lot for me, and I really want to get rid of them. Like I love them, they're wonderful, but it's just I've had them for so long and I've been focusing on them for so long that it's just too much. But next palette, super interesting one, is the All I Ever Wanted palette by Unearthly as well. This is their all shimmer palette. I love this palette, especially like the yellowy oranges and the blue purples. I don't love these rusty reddish oranges. They're not my favorite. As I said, it's just, especially since the red one is the kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't sparkle as much as the rest for some reason, so that kind of doesn't work with me all that much, but I love the purpley pinky periwinkle shades. Like they're just so stunning, and we went from 3 uses to 11 uses, so I've used her 8 times, and I need to use her more. Like I always forget that I have her, and I need to kind of make effort. Maybe I'm just gonna put her with my singles so that whenever I want to do just like a special shade, I will reach for her because she's so gorgeous. Then the next is the Trick or Treat palette by Odin's Eye. This one is the Halloween palette from last year, and it was the collaboration with Angelica Nyquist. And she's so pretty, but for some reason I don't reach for her a lot, which is insane because like these shades are stunning. The shade Witch's Brew, I forgot how gorgeous it is. It is like forest green going into the most like purple blue shade. It's a perfect Halloween palette. I love this one, and I have to make effort to use it more because it is just the most gorgeous shade. And the shade Magic Potion also like so pretty, and I have to use it more. But I have similar shade like this in my Winter Wonderland palette, and every single time I think of this shade, I always reach for the Winter Wonderland palette by Cosmic Beauty. But yeah, I've used this one 3 times, as I said. I've also had the Little Ghost palette on this list, and I forgot to bring her with me over here. I have it in like at my parents' house, but that one went from 21 uses to 23 uses, so I only used her twice. But she's beautiful. She's just such a wonderful color story. I just forgot to take her with me. Then I have the Nomad Cosmetics Fuji 5 Likes palette. This is, in my opinion, the best palette they've ever created. I have 2 new palettes from them on the way because I kind of decided to, I don't know, like I've never shopped their Black Friday and I wanted to try it. And I think it should come to me this week. I don't know, there's like 3 packages that are trying to find their way to me, so we'll see. But I love this. I love this so much. This is perfect color story. You have the blues, you have the reds, you have the yellows, you have the oranges, you have this like pinky shade. It is perfect. I love this color story. I think the mattes are better than I remember Nomad to be. The shimmers are nice. I love the shade Diamond Fuji. The rest of them, especially like the yellow one and the pink one, they can be a bit greasy. So that's kind of a little like negative aspect of this, but I can work with this. I can just kind of throw a little bit of a topper on with them, or I can use some toppers with them, or just, I don't know, something, and I can make this work. It's not that much of a problem, and I just really love this color story. Love this packaging, the fact that it's kind of like a, how do you call this? Like acrylic paint. It's just so nice. And I love this packaging and just so pretty. So we went from 0 uses to 10 uses. When I filmed the ranking video, I haven't had this physically with me yet. I think it came like literally the next day. And that's why there was 0 uses, but it's a perfect color story and I've used it 10 times, which is a really nice score. I think it's the highest number actually. Let me look at it. Yeah, it's the highest number because I've been really enjoying this one. And I've used her with a lot of different palettes as well. So and then what else? Then I also have the Elements of Evil palette by Sugar Drizzle that I don't have with me. Because again, I don't know what I was really thinking when I was packing, but whatever. I've used that 4 times. We went from 14 uses to 18 uses. It's a perfect palette. It's mostly a shimmer palette, and the Sugar Drizzle shimmer formula is insane. Like, it's so sparkly, it's so shifty, so like duochromy, multichromy. And the matte shades, there's only I think 4 matte shades, but they are perfect, especially the black one. It's just so nice. It's just so nice. And it's such a buttery, soft formula. Love that one, love the color story. And I need to use her more. Sometimes I forget to use her because I kind of feel like every single time I think about her, it's just kind of like I know I don't have enough mattes there to create a look. So I have to figure out a palette that has enough matte, but then I also see shimmers there, so I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna use this palette, and I forget to use the Sugar Drizzle one, but I will think about her and I will make some effort to use her. Then I have the Muse palette by Cosmic Beauty. This one, I'm pretty sure I was reviewing this one. I'm pretty sure I was reviewing this one last year during Christmas or like in that period. So she's gonna be a year old, and I've only used her twice this autumn, which is kind of shame, but especially since I love the format, the matte, 100 out of 10. I love the mattes here. The shimmers, I do have to use them with something else sometimes. I love this inner corner shade, I love the green one, and I love this purple one. The rest is kind of okay, like I like them, but I have them in other palettes as well. And I do like the shade Muse in the inner corner, and I think it would be wonderful a highlighter. I think I've used it once as like a blushy highlighter, and it's so pretty. But I also have similar shade in my Merry Christmas palette, so I've been kind of focusing on that one more. But eventually I will definitely get into this one. And yeah, I've only used her 2 times. We went from 16 uses to 18 uses. So not the best. I do want to film my Cosmic Brushes or like Cosmic Beauty palette bingo. I've done them a lot last year, and for some reason I haven't filmed one in forever. But it's usually that I like pick all my palettes from a particular brand, and I just pick a couple of shades from each palette to create a look. And since I have a bit of collection now, we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yeah, 5 Cosmic Beauty palettes. So that's enough to create a look with it. And I just kind of, I want to play with them again. And last year when I filmed that look, it's been so good. I still love that look. It's just perfect. So I want to try that again. Then we have the Lunar Beauty Moonshroom palette. This is my second palette I've ever tried from Lunar Beauty. I love their mattes in this palette. I think they really stepped up the matte formula. I don't love the shimmers. I haven't even used the shimmers in this palette since I've stopped hauling her. So after I filmed my initial review and then couple looks in the month that I was reviewing it, I just kind of decided not to use the shimmers because they crease on me like crazy and they're too dark to use in inner corner. So I think once I've used them on my lower lash line, but otherwise I don't use them. And it kind of bothers me, but the matte shades are stunning and I love the color story, the packaging, the theming. It's really nicely created and curated palette. I just wish the shimmers were better, but we've used this one 3 times. We went from 8 uses to 11 uses, and as I said, I only used the matte shades. The matte shades are really nice. I love them. I think some of them are kind of repetitive, and maybe I wouldn't... Like, I think this palette could be slightly smaller, like 3 shades definitely could have been taken out. One of the browns, one of the... this one is bony one because I don't have any use for her. And then I would probably take out this goldy shade or maybe the reddish shade because I don't really love them. So yeah, but otherwise I really do like her. I don't know if I'm gonna try Lunar Beauty again soon because I just... maybe for an all matte palette, but I don't ever use all matte palettes, so I guess not. When it comes to total amount of uses, I've used all of these palettes 47 times altogether, so I think that's really good. That's like a month and a half. So I feel pretty good about that. Obviously there has been seasons when I've been able to use the palettes like 60 times or something. I hope my winter collection is gonna be better. I think maybe it would be nicer and like it would definitely be a lot easier for me, if we're being honest, because I don't have that many winter palettes, so it's easier to like use them more. But I definitely want to get better at using my palettes, both the seasonal collection palette and my project pen palette and my Shop My Stash monthly collections. I just really need to stop buying so many new products. I think that's the problem. Anyways, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any of these palettes and if you've used them in the past couple months. And definitely let me know what was your most used palette in autumn. It doesn't have to be like an autumnal color story, but just let me know which palette you used the most in autumn and how many times you think you've used her. Anyways, I hope you've had a wonderful day. I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with another video. And with that being said, have a great day and bye!